in this tutorial we're going to go through adding a logo and making a little effect on this balloon. Okay, so we'll do the logo first. We're going to go to flamingtext.com.au and you're going to enter the name of your game. So I'm going to use Float Up. You can change it if you want. So we're going to get started, and that allows us to choose from any number. There's loads and loads of pages of different ones. I'm just going to choose this one for now. So we're going to edit the logo. So again, you can change many different things here. Font size. There's a limit to how big you can get because then you have to pay. But the main thing you must do is go to the background and choose transparent. Okay, so make sure you do that. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a white background, and you want this kind of see-through background, this transparent background. When you're happy with everything, you've got the shadow and the colors and everything done. You click on the done at the top. And you're going to download the logo. You don't need to buy the logo. So there we are. The logo is downloaded, and now we need to import it into the game. So we're going to add a sprite, call it logo, and we'll load that logo. And then it downloads. There we go. Resize that, holding down the Shift key. Okay, so we've added the logo. Now we're just going to add an effect to this balloon. It's only going to be a subtle effect, and so I've selected the balloon. In fact, I'll select the balloon because then that way we can affect all of them. And so we add an effect. We can add a new effect, and so the effect we want to use is warp, and it's going to be warp object. Okay, so at the moment it's kind of gone crazy, and we don't want it to be like really terrible. We're gonna make it quite subtle. So the X frequency is going to be 0, Y frequency set to 2, X amplitude set to 0. We're just going to kind of have it waving as it moves up in the air. Y amplitude 2, X speed 0, and Y speed 0. Let's try 0.2. So we'll just test this, see if we can see what it looks like. Okay, so it's a really subtle kind of movement there. If we press play, we should see. Okay, so we're going to need to change this one, definitely. So we'll go to the game, click on here. Oh, controls locked, so we unlock that. There we go. So that obviously is an individual basis. Okay, let's test that. Okay, F5, let's try that again. There we go, all good. Okay, great. Now, one thing I might not have covered before, I just wanted to double check in the float up, you need to make sure the first layout is set to start screen. Okay, so you click on the project name and you see the properties for the project, not the layouts. And down here, the startup first layout needs to be start, because when you export this game, it's going to go live on the internet, and you want to make sure that the start screen is the very first thing users see when they go to your game. So just bear that in mind. At this point, you're going to finish this game off. Okay, so you've got this, go as high as you can. You've got these objects. You've also got some other objects available to you. So sprite, you've got, let's have a look. We've got the stars, so you can add a star. Now remember, you can recolor these. And so if we get that, resize it, and again, all you need to do is you need to add the same behaviors. So the behaviors of these blocks, I've got solid and physics. You need to add the behaviors of solid and physics to this as well. And remember, you can change the settings on these. Okay, so if you want it a bit more bouncy, so for example, if we choose this one and we change the elasticity to 20, see what happens. Now remember, you don't want to make it too hard on yourself. You want it to be enjoyable, but you can see that just kind of shot up. So you can change those to what you want. So, but the same goes for these as well. You can change the new objects and kind of create different patterns of them and just kind of move them across. I'd recommend you go to the App Store, Android or iOS, and have a look at the Rise Up app, and maybe download it, see some of their patterns they've used, some of the objects they've used. To reuse some of these, we can just kind of stretch them out and rotate them. So again, that will kind of have different ways of interacting with. So you can see that has different ways of interacting with things. So yeah, at this point, it's up to you to create the game that will entertain and engage your users. And if you find it's good enough, this is exactly the kind of thing you can export to the app stores, and actually get this live on Android App Store at the very least. Okay, in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to export this project to host it on a web server.